Dama, welcome everybody. Today we're playing Her Story, which is technically a game. Though it's probably gonna be more of a watch along. It's an FMB type of game, and I looked into it and there's quite a bit to it. It's very interesting, so we'll see how it goes. The important thing is that we will be solving a murder mystery. So let us just get in there. Like, I started up the game earlier. Once the song ended, the music stopped, and I was like, why'd the music stop? So I had to close it and reopen it. Like, alright. This game was only $1 on Steam because of the sale. You see, we got this big old retro computer. I could turn it off, though. I honestly don't like it. I'm like, it's too glary. Yes, Etymology, welcome, right on time. How you doing? I'm doing good. How you doing? Ah, welcome, Pork Roll, just on time. Thank you for the raid. Let me give you a shout out. It's like, I know you had fun with Vampire Survivors. I was there. Until like the last hour. Then I had to shower and get ready. But yeah, thank you for the raid. Yes, spam them emojis. Yes, he was slaying the vamps. It was very cool. It's like, now we go from vamps to murder mystery. So basically how this game goes... It's like, I just played till you start, yeah. Like, so basically how this game goes is that... I believe you're playing as the detective, trying to figure out what the hell happened, and basically you have to type in the search bar, you know, the one that says murder on it, which they put it as example for us, to try and piece together what happened. Easy, right? So let's search. And as you can see, 4 videos came up for murder. And there's also user tags, which will be important. So let's just play it and see what happens.
You think it's murder?
Mad.
I mean, clearly it's murder. What can I do to help?
Yeah, that was a very short video. I do see an add to session button. I wonder if that lets me play multiple videos at once. We'll experiment as we go along. But yes, that was a murder. We gotta solve a murder. We're gonna put done on here. So let's see. What happens if I just like add to session? Let's experiment here.
Yeah? That's me.
Yeah, it's like your Vine length videos.
But
And it's got subtitles, so that's nice.
What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
Nah, it doesn't seem like it does anything. Can I take it out of the session? Rubbish bin. What's this say? Ah, here we go. Here's the database. I filed Freedom of Information form to get your guest access. Everything seems to work. They transferred the videos off of the original tapes in 1999. Then the Y2K thing hit and they got mothballed. No one has touched them since. I couldn't find the server with the detective's footage on. Possibly those tapes got damaged when the old archives were flooded in 97. But figured this would be enough. Take your time. Oh, whoa. Yes, welcome, Alola Gator. And welcome to everyone else as well. Please, make yourself comfortable while we try and solve this murder together. And I try and figure out how it works.
I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person.
Like, I didn't do it. The glove don't fit. Next.
I'd like
Yes,
to
I'll
talk to
hydrate.
you now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing.
Well, then they must have
And
quit.
all the stories
Yeah.
we've been telling each other.
Keep in mind the note in the corner, the timestamps. I moustache you a question, but I'm shaving it for later. Because we will It's like, for now, we're going to be playing them in order because that's how the game is intended to be played. Let me see. What happens if I close it? No. Lock? Okay. This read me. Oh, here we go. I think I was supposed to read this one first. Introduction to the logic database. Computer technology is the backbone of modern police work. The logic database is one of the many continuing efforts to digitize our workflow and preserve evidence in a manner which will allow you to work more efficiently. In the coming years, the computer will continue to be most valuable item in your crime fighting toolkit. Yee, all good. Everything's good. This database contains footage transferred from the existing homicide and serious case tape archived at Portsmouth. It's been automatically sorted using our ASR technology. Each statement made by the interview participants is stored separately so they can be tagged for submission to court. The audio has been digitally stenographed, and the content of the testimony is attached to each clip. To receive a clip, type in a word, such as robbery, into the search field. Click search, and the database will return all clips which the speaker uses that word, which I already showed as an example with all the clips talking about a murder. Some guy named Simon must have been murdered. We can assess that so far. To narrow it down, you can use multiple words. If you're working from a printed transcript, you could even be more precise, use commas, blah, blah, blah. To store a clip for later reference, click the add session. Oh, that's what that's for. Also, if you wish to add additional tags, please click in the user tags box and type in your desired tags. For any assistance, contact the information person, whatever. Can I move the box? Ooh, Southeast Constabulary. What's the database checker? I think the squares probably mean the ones I've watched. There's going to be a lot of videos, but as you can see, they're all short. Hack info. Mirror game. The fucking text box. Oh, that's cute. What's mirror game? Oh, it's one of those kinds of games. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna randomly click. Maybe I'll win. I don't know. It might be Othello, but I'm basically playing with myself. Because there's no player 2. Yeah, it's like I barely remember how to play Othello. Click, 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 click. Like, can I just fill up all the squares? Player 1 wins! Yay! There's a joke, but I'll refrain. Okay. Alright, that was cute. Alright, back to murder. She mentioned someone named Simon, so let's look up Simon. Only 5 videos can be showed at a time, so. Ah, Domo Miss Annika, welcome! Just in time for murder. Which I think was your game as well. Yeah, thanks so much for the raid. How was Zanky Zero? Bomb raid, yay! Welcome everybody. Should have introduced myself sooner. I'm Bloody Deloon, Kitsune Hunter / Animal Tamer. We are now solving a murder mystery where we watch clips of a lady and stuff. Yeah. But yes, thanks for the raid. You finished your dungeon and got into a worse one. Well, that's a good place to stop. Alright, let's see what's in this one. You gotta make a record of time.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass. Simon does the more special work. Mirror making.
Did it have monkeys?
Windows,
Yeah.
Artistic things. Really beautiful things.
Okay, so the victim Simon worked in glass. Okay. They call him Mr. Glass. Nose, it had heads on heads. That's too many heads. These clips seem to get a little longer.
Simon is 6 foot.
6 foot?
Blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it.
Ginger.
Not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair. And border photo.
Like
It's
there's,
a string photo.
like yeah, there's nothing wrong with gingy hair.
This was taken last year on holiday in Rome. It's the best one I have.
There's a photo. I want to look at the photo. I want to see what he looks like.
It's the Rockington Arms, the Rock. It's run by a nice couple.
Hands are weird. Yeah, hand hook,
There's some other
hand
regulars
man
there
door.
that someone likes to drink with, and the barmaid they're having sometimes, Helen. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks.
Let's see. We have a Peter. We have a Helen. Like trying to make mental notes. There's the bar wench Helen.
Yes, there's an Amstrad one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games.
Simon Says?
And,
Is that his favorite game?
That kind of thing.
Oh, B, oh, B, oh, B. Oh no, it crashed. Heck. That's not good. I was not warned that it would crash. It's alright, though. I got this. I think it saved my progress, too. Yep, it literally put me right back where I was. Perfect. Okay, we are perfectly fine.
Yes, there's an Amstrad one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it.
Okay, never mind. It actually put me in the video before, but that's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine.
That kind of thing.
But it's nice to know that there's autosave. Let's see, is it gonna crash again? Yeah, it crashed again. Wow. It might be that specific video that's broken. We might just have to skip it. Imagine a supervillain with mind controls that requires him to say Simon Says. Yeah, that would be pretty crazy. Yeah, that was the one I was on before. We'll move on. Let's see. There was a mention of a Helen.
No. I think he spoke to Helen.
This was a little
He was
earlier.
upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes Helen.
He likes
Yeah.
blondes. An argument? What kind of argument? Argument.
So, it was Friday evening. We had an argument. He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon. They had a job.
Eric?
He didn't
Okay.
go.
Like, there's a lot of names.
Eric was ringing.
He's screaming because he saw a pickle.
Checked
Oh
if he
no.
was. That's our local. They said they'd seen him on the Friday.
He'd probably
night
try to eat the
past
pickle.
6. He still wasn't back this morning. It just isn't like him at all. Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come see you. His parents haven't heard anything either.
Yeah, you could have a little pickle as a treat. Yeah, that'd be nice.
There's married couple stuff. A stupid argument. Nothing specific. No one knows how to push your buttons better than those you're close to.
Suddenly I'm just reminded of, Gone Girl. Has anyone seen that movie? It's a really good movie. It's a really messed up movie, too. But it's like, I'm getting Gone Girl vibes from this.
No. I mean, yes, we have arguments, but he never runs off. He always comes back. We make up. It's always that way.
Alright. It sounds like they had a little argument and then... Is this earlier? Or is this the next day? 18th... 25th. Ooh, that's a few days later. Gun Girl? No, Gone Girl. Gone Girl. It's about the wife that goes missing and everyone thinks the husband did it, but it turns out that's not really what happened. I don't want to spoil too much, but it's really interesting.
Yes. He left
Yeah,
after
Ben
the
Affleck.
argument. It was about 8 o'clock.
He left at 8 o'clock. Okay. That morning or night, though? I think they said night. He's supposed to go with Eric. What does she have to say about Eric? If it doesn't crash. It's okay. I didn't know this game was gonna crash. If it causes us too much trouble, we could just play something else, don't worry. Yeah, it might be difficult to play this game. Yeah, let's try again. We'll try a different one.
Yes.
Because this is an FMV game, so it could be that the clips are failing to load, and if they fail to load, the game crashes. That could be the issue.
Both of them are there now, parked on the street. I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get back.
Like, no error catching, sloppy programming. Yeah. But at least for the moment, we could just skip the clips that are broken, and we might still be able to piece everything together, and just not watch those. We shall see. But if it keeps being an issue, we'll just do something else. Well, no worries.
Yes, that would be in his wallet. It's a Visa, a silver one.
A Visa?
He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash, but Eric convinced him to get one.
Okay. This was a whole nother day. Maybe save that for later. Let's see. What's this about a Visa? That was the only one where it's mentioned? Okay. What else can we look up? Mentioned he left at night. He worked at the glass place. Maybe get more information out of that.
No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar down here near his stomach.
A scar.
Past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on, so he takes.
I want to see what the photo looks like.
But he needs them to see properly, you know. He has to read a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not book so much, or watching TV. He likes TV.
He likes TV. It doesn't seem that riveting? Well, let's get some spicy words in then. Let's see. They mentioned having an argument, that there was a murder. Let's talk about his disappearance. Nothing on disappearance. Okay. Missing? Yeah, let's try this one.
I thought it made me sound suspicious. It's not a normal thing to do, to drive to the other end of the country. I wanted to keep it simple. I know it was stupid not to tell you everything. Saying I spent the night in Glasgow when my husband went missing, I thought it would, distract you from
Kidnapping or abduction? Okay.
It's different now. Now he's...
Like, now he's dead? Let's try kidnapping. No, nothing on kidnapping. How about abduction? Nope. Time? Oh, that's good. That got us something. Don't crash. Try spooky. I'll try that
We
next.
got married when I was 17.
Like, what'd she say?
A long time. We got married when I was 17.
Oh, they got married when she was 17. Okay. Got it. It's like I'm erasing the blanks and replacing them with the done tag, because we can look up things later. Try and go as chronological as possible. Maybe. Kidnapped. Blah, blah, blah. How about just kidnap? No adjectives. Nope. Ed. No, nothing. All right. 17. Ah, here we go. Here's something. Only 17. Young and sweet, oh, the dancing queen.
We met when we were 17, both working at the Glaziers.
No, here's the thing though. Later on when we're trying to watch clips that we missed, I can use blank to look back later on what I've already seen. Because this is just user tags. Everything already has a prerequisite tag on it. The user tag is just for me, specifically.
Yeah, we were 17. It was a nice wedding, people said.
Ah, here we go, wedding.
Simon looked very handsome in the photos.
Photos, I should look up photos. Maybe we'll get a look at the photo for him.
So it was important to them.
And spooky. I almost forgot about spooky.
A shotgun wedding. But if you looked at the photos, you couldn't tell. The dress was beautiful.
Yes, I did look Simon up.
It looked like Princess Diana's.
And Eric. But there might be multiple results, so I could try again.
There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car.
Like shotgun wedding. Like these are clearly later. These are later in the timeline. Spooky. Nothing for spooky. Photo. Ah, it's all stuff I've seen already. Let's look up Simon again. There's only one video. Bleh. Clicked on all the results, so probably no need to search it again. Yeah. And that's the thing, it says 61 entries found and you're only shown 5 entry at a time. That's why I'm erasing the blank and putting it done, so when I type in blank, only new videos show up. This is how many videos we go through. Ah, thank you so much for the sub etymology. 8 months, oh my god, thank you so much. Yeah, Prime Enjoyers, yeah. Oh yeah, while I'm at it, let me link my Discord. Before I forget. Yes, I can search multiple tags. So I could do Simon and Eric, for example. And that gave us something new.
We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers.
Or Simon and blank? I could do that, yeah.
We moved in with
That's a good idea, actually.
A spare room for us and the baby, if it came. It was a nice change, time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope.
There we go. Alright, Simon blank. Aha! Yes! That put us down to 53. Perfect.
Simon isn't the type to run off.
Like, see? This is teamwork. Teamwork is dream work.
There must have been some kind of accident.
An accident? Yes, a cosmic solution to save the day. Yes. Arigato. And by all means, if there's any keywords or phrases you're noticing, yeah, another cosmic W.
Thanks. Please find Simon. I love him so much.
Yeah, note down accident. Like, I love him so much. Please find him. That was probably the last clip of that day. Because you could tell, it's like, what is good about this game is that they do make it very distinct when there's a different day. Like, you can tell this is the 18th and this is the 25th just by looking at her clothes.
No, he was as shy as me. I asked a friend to ask him out for me. We had our first date at the Odeon in North End. We went to see Risky Business. I had on my
Risky Business
dress. Simon paid. He bought me a whisper, and I was worried about getting chocolate on my teeth.
And Odeon is the same thing as an Odam. I don't know, she likes to talk fancy, I guess.
I guess you could call it that, but we were both happy.
Yes, like in your name, yes, exactly. So you would know.
We had our first dance to come
The
back
same
and
kind
say,
of building. Gotcha.
I'm not sure if that's a good wedding song, but I loved it. I chose it. I mean, it was genuinely our first dance. We'd never danced together before. It was probably awful to watch, but I enjoyed it. It felt like it was just me and Simon.
Is the Greek version of the name and it's the other one in Latin. Okay, gotcha. Just the two of us. Yeah, it's like they had a shotgun wedding, yet seemed like she quite enjoyed it. Don't crash on me, game. Damn it. Seems like the last video I try and load up, that's the one that always crashes. Maybe I'll only watch 4 videos at a time then, if it's gonna pull that. So we'll do accident blank, so we don't get any repetition. You can't load more videos after crashing. Yeah.
When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs.
Oh dear.
It was an accident.
It was an
I
accident.
had read a diary at that point, and I knew she wasn't my real mother.
Oh!
So I burned the diary that day, and I left.
That's important!
Walked out and across the street.
I think. Maybe. It's a clue. I think we can agree that's a clue. Let's try adopted. Or adopts. Could be case sensitive. No? Mother. Yeah, let's go with mother. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. There's a girl, and she's staring out of the window. She's sad. She's trapped.
Looks
She's
like some kind of
here.
psychology test.
She's looking out the window because her mother won't let her out.
Ah, there we go. It's like a little psychoanalysis. It's like, tell me about your mother.
It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince, and Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind, but she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much?
Is that too much? It's like, it seems like you were projecting quite a bit there, ma'am.
I would have been a good mother. I was young, but I would have been a good mother.
Been a good mother.
She was a girl, by the way, the baby. We were going to call her Sarah.
Sarah, that's important. That's got to be important.
Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana,
Or Ava.
but I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name.
It was probably Sarah. What happened to Sarah? Sarah! Ava. No, that's it? Okay, how about baby? There we go. Baby blank. There we go. Okay, here we go.
We spent the wedding night in a hotel in Brighton. It would have been too much to do more.
Like,
But the same
baby,
for the baby.
baby,
It was
baby,
wonderful to be
oh.
in a hotel, away from home, just alone together. Since then, we've always tried to get away for our holiday.
Okay. And then what happened?
No. I lost the baby. I had a
Oh, no.
miscarriage at 8 months.
Aww. 8 months, that's
We
really
carried on
late.
living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after.
Aww. Poor baby. Anything else about baby? Ooh, this one's a whole this one's over a minute long. Oh my god. Please don't crash.
It was after dinner.
Oh, if I click on that,
I'd
it
spoken to
shows me the
Simon's
thing.
parents on the phone.
Interesting.
I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said.
Mum. Oh.
She'd been speaking about old stuff, sad stuff, about when we lived there, about the baby.
About the baby.
There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff, stuff we never needed and I never had the heart to throw out. And I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place. I went cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back and that's when I saw
Yes,
the bin bags.
miscarriage, cellar, boxes. There's definitely a lot of words coming up.
Pulled them open, saw the body.
Saw the what? Excuse me?
I screamed and that's when I called the police. To the back.
Oh, I could rewind.
That's when I saw the bin bags.
The bin
Pulled
bags.
them open.
So,
Before, those stuff we never needed and about the baby. There's some boxes in the cellar.
okay,
Yeah,
cellar.
That's when I called the police.
Cellar. Cellar. It's got to be cellar. Cellar is important. Got to be cellar. There we go. Oh boy. Don't sell her. It's like, sell her. I don't even know her.
Thing was wrong. The bags,
It's like, you did,
I
yes.
think they were from my
Like,
kitchen.
good job.
We never go into the cellar. It's just a place we put things we don't need. Dad used to grow mushrooms there. The bags were taped up. I think it was parcel tape, but I think it was ours.
Okay, interesting. She mentioned she opened a bag and then she found the body. Just me and the body. I don't want to lose track, so let me just try body. Why she got a guitar in this one? Focus.
The bruise. I have a really fast metabolism, so stuff like that just comes and goes.
Music therapy? Probably, yeah. It seems like they're doing a lot
I
of
don't know if there's
psychoanalyzing
anything
on her
I can tell
too.
you that I haven't already told the other policeman. I found the body.
I found the body. Ooh. So this is what I'm getting, is that her husband supposedly left one night to go see Eric, and then she finds the body in the cellar? That's what it sounds like to me so far. The tune she plays is key to understanding the puzzle. Okay. I will take your word for it. Like, yes, by all means, I will take backseating and suggestions for this since
His body
search for ghost. Yeah.
didn't real.
Like we're all working together.
His throat.
Yeah, it's like now we're getting into the morbid stuff. Took us a moment.
And I didn't see his glasses. He has these thick glasses.
My glasses. I need my glasses.
He doesn't always wear.
He can't see without his glasses. Yeah, backseat game and spread misinformation equal amounts. Yeah, so it's like, how do I know if you're telling the truth? Like, this could just be here for shits and giggles, but let's see what it is. It's perfectly balanced, as all things should be. I provide serious and joke suggestions in equal measure. Fantastic! Fiddler or fiddle? Okay. Yes, he made fiddle pegs from her finger bones. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. That made a fiddle out of her breastbone. Oh, the wind and rain. The sound could be. I'm sensing reoccurring things. Like the mention of blondes and everything, like that keeps like repeating, you know what I mean? Like there's definitely a trend going on. It's like that's some serial killer shit. For real, no cap. Yeah, I know, right? Yay!
Anything you sing may be used as evidence against you.
Fiddle? No, fiddle. Fiddler. I think that's just gonna put the same thing result. Yeah, it's the same result. Oh, boxes. Or blonde. Do blonde. I think in this case it is case sensitive. There we go.
Could the hairs have come from somewhere else? I mean, could they... We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde hair.
Rapunzel
Did they come
again.
from there?
She's mentioned Rapunzel before. Now she's mentioning it again. Oh, is this another part of the song? This game must have been a nightmare to make. Yeah, because it's like they split up into so many different parts. I want to learn more about the song. Yeah, it's like there seems to be a reoccurring thing.
I'm not the world's greatest guitar player. Okay. Probably needs tuning. No. It's okay. How about a traditional ballad? Should be right up your street.
Like this one's gonna be a couple minutes. It's like it's gonna be a whole ass song. Two sisters.
Oh, the wind and the rain. The eldest one pushed the other one in. Oh, the dreadful wind.
Yeah, sea and wind and rain. There's a lot of reoccurring stuff.
See, they both had a love for the cat.
Storm? Is she the storm that's approaching? Captain.
The eldest envied her sister fair. Oh, the wind and rain. With a
Pretty little face and her long blonde hair.
Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. So she pushed her in and held her down. Oh, the wind and the rain. Watched her as she slowly drowned.
Drowned?
Oh, the dreadful wind and rain.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of important keywords here. Oh, jeezums.
Out comes the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain. Father dear, here swims and swan. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And then it gets really weird, so I think that's a good place to stop.
Like, yay! I got an achievement for listening to the song. But yeah, let's go to sister. Tell me about your sister.
When she went home, Simon had a birthday tea waiting. Afterwards, she told Simon about me. Told him I
Birthday?
was pregnant. She wanted me to move in with them, this sister he didn't know she had. She knew that instant.
Maybe she drowned in a storm? Maybe.
The look on his face. She knew.
It's like, I'm definitely making a note of birthday. I think birthday might be important. Yeah, it's like, what did she know?
She sent him out the house, kicked him out, called me up, crying, and I went round. I guess I had a feeling I could hear something was wrong in her voice, but I wasn't sure what it was. She called me sister on the phone.
Oh,
She
Nichan!
never calls me that.
大丈夫! 助けてください! Poopy. What are we doing on the bed, Oni-chan? Alright. I'm going to put up a poll. If I can figure out how to do it. Yes, Betty Kitty. Like, I will let you guys decide. It's like, I don't know if people on mobile can see. But I just put up a poll because it did just crash again. Yes, Patty Oni-chan. It's like, place your votes now on what I do. Alright, I already see there's 3 votes for continue. So we shall continue. Yeah, it's like now you get invested. Like what's going on? Nah, I didn't put anything up. Yeah, where's the caveman? Let's just do blank in general and see what comes up. Ah, Domo Moon Ghost, welcome. How you doing?
A black coffee, thanks. No sugar. I'm sweet enough as it is.
Like I'm sweet enough as it is. It's like, how does she feel about sugar? Yeah, this is like a... It's like a mystery. It's like we're trying to figure out what happened to this guy named Simon. He's dead. It's like we need to know who killed him.
A cup of tea would be good, thanks. Just one sugar.
Like one day she wants coffee and then another day she wants tea. But wait, she said that she doesn't like it sweet. Wait. Did I just immediately find a contradiction somewhere? Analog a hate story? Yeah, I read that a long time ago. That's a really good one. If we can't figure out the mystery, we'll add on to it. Yes, of course. Brilliant.
Just the one sugar. Thanks. Is that camera recording?
Yes, the camera is recording. And it's like, why do you ask that question, ma'am?
Black no sugar. Thanks.
Yeah, see, it's like, she, first, like, what's going on? Like, 1 minute she wants coffee, and then the next day she wants tea. I'm confused. Yeah, it's like, could she be a twin? She could like variety, but I feel like she should spill the tea. Yeah, she should. The almost out of die. Welcome.
Really asking me that question?
Twins about what? Identical twins? Is this immediately after? Well, maybe not immediately, but...
Are you out of your mind? Twins?
It's like, yes, twins! She could be a secret twin, maybe.
Florence took me home with her.
Florence. Okay, that's a whole new name.
Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby.
There we go,
I guess
okay.
she's just happy for Florence to clean up. Take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion.
Okay, so it does seem like she had a twin. But wait. Wait! Are we actually interviewing two people then? Is that what's going on? Is that why they look different? It's like, I figured she was just, yeah, you had an interview, it didn't go well as you liked, followed up with my regular recruiter to see if I could salvage it, but it might be a loss. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But there's always the next one. Ganbatte, son of Dai. I believe in you. Yeah, that's my theory so far. I could be totally wrong, but that could be it. That we are actually interviewing two different people. So that means this person was interviewed on the 7th. Oh. Oh, I wasn't keeping track of who was who then. What about this Florence person? Florence in the machine.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time.
When Hannah was
the midwife was
born.
there to help.
Hannah.
I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah.
Could that be the name of the twin then?
Told my mother I was dead.
What? Hello? What? What? What?
She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people would.
Yeah, we'll bring back the tea video in a bit. But... Oh god. Yeah, it was about sugar. Let's bring those videos back.
Black coffee, thanks.
Okay, on the
No sugar.
18th was
Sweet enough as it
this
is.
twin. And then I believe this twin is the T one. So the 30th is this twin. The 18th is this twin. I have a theory.
Black, no sugar. Thanks.
Okay, let me see. Let me confirm with this video. Possible fraud? It might have been. But it was a midwife. A midwife is
Coffee, I
like
guess. Milk and sugar.
milk and sugar. Okay. Like, I had a theory that the one with their hair tied up would be the twin. The other one's not, but this one has her hair down, so I'm like, ah, damn it. Well, this one's in, like, an orange lit room. And this one's in, like, a blue lit room. Like, this is room... They're both room 3, aren't they? They are. Beepus. They both have necklaces? That is a great question. I can replay the video. Yeah, this one has a necklace on.
Milk and sugar.
Milk and sugar. Can I get can we see?
Black coffee, thanks.
I don't
No
think she
sugar.
wears a necklace.
Sweet enough as it is.
That might be it.
A cup of tea would be good, thanks.
But no, wait, she's not wearing a
One
necklace in
sugar.
this one. Oh, I don't know. They mention Hannah. I think that's the name of the twin. Oh god, that's not a good picture.
My name is Hannah. Hannah. It's palindrome.
It's a palindrome.
It reads the same backwards as forwards.
The other
It doesn't
one
work
said
from
she
America,
didn't
it's not
like
quite symmetrical, but well,
symmetrical
you can read it.
names.
Sorry. Hannah Smith. I live at 31 Gladstone Street.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna say detective. That's pretty much the appeal of this game, is that you're trying to like piece everything together by like, that's like, wait a minute, this thing and then there's this thing. So yeah, we are interviewing twins. One twin is named Hannah. We do not have the name of the other twin yet. I don't know what the name of the other twin is, but the Hannah is the one that doesn't like sugar. So that's our hint. Yeah, it's like, yeah, we're less Batman, more the question. Yeah. Badman Biter Man. Florence was the name of the midwife.
What are you doing talking about Eve?
Eve? Eve is definitely new, yes. Like, when are you gonna make my daughter an honest tuba? It's like, please, by all means, take notes. That a lie detector test? Yee.
Yes. My name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
Why did you... like... You assumed I was taking notes? No, I'm going at this blind. Like, I'm making mental notes in my head. But she like, had, like, a reaction. She was like, yeah, my name's Hannah Smith. And she, like, flipped, like, oh, Was she lying? She's probably lying. Eve. Who is Eve?
Well, my friend Eve. I mean, she was a friend from when I was a kid. And she was always more popular with the boys, and I used to hate her for it.
Did you hate her because she was a blonde?
I hate her sometimes. Yes. We'd fight. We fought on the beach once, and I held Eve's head underwater.
That's part of the song.
There was no one else around. It was at the far end of the beach, and
Yes, I did look for Sarah.
I held her head under.
Yes, literally everything you said I looked for
and I
already.
kept it out.
Well, except maybe body. I could try body again.
And for a moment, I just wanted to kill her and watch her drown.
Well, now we know who she's referencing in that song.
But that was it. It was just a moment.
Like, I just had a homicidal
Afterwards.
urge for
It was
a
love-hate
moment.
relationship.
I'm totally not a serial killer. Yeah, we looked up sister already. I could do body again.
Can you imagine? I tried. I tried to get pregnant too, but it didn't happen. I slept with so many boys, men. My body refused. I think my period stopped because hers had. I was prettier. I mean, how could we stay the same now? Felt like Hannah had really fucked things up. Set us down separate paths.
It's like further confirming that, yes, we are talking to two different twins. This is not Hannah, then. This is whoever the name of the other twin is. Hold on. Let me try looking up my name is. Aha!
My name.
Ah!
That was the only question I failed.
Ah! Because of the lie detector test!
The lie detector works.
She was blaming her sister for her own infertility? It sounds like it, yeah. Tell us your name.
He saw me singing one of my shows. Pure chance. Not sure I remember what he was even doing there. Afterwards, I had a drink at the bar and he came over and we got talking. I knew who he was.
Did I search
Obviously,
Eve?
I knew who he was.
Yeah, I did. That was the name of the friend that she tried to drown.
He didn't know who I was.
She said she was just a friend, though.
He was fascinated by the light.
Unless that is her, because...
Guessed my name from my tattoo. Told me it was a palindrome, like that would impress me. I enjoyed talking to him. It was
Friend's
amazing
tattoo.
to be able to sit and interact and talk to him after all this time.
Like, so much mystery.
He didn't tell me he was married.
What?
I'm not sure what he was thinking. He later told me it was like he was dreaming. A waking dream.
Oh, scandalous. Yeah, now I'm starting to wonder. It's like, did Simon cheat on one sister with the other? Let's do more of Eve. Who tried to kill baby Hannah again? No, Florence said Hannah died. She may have kidnapped her.
Yeah. When I was young, we ran away on my birthday. Bob Dylan was playing in London and we thought we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with him. The taxi driver we paid to drop us off, I mean, we'd saved money, pinched a bit here and there to pay for the fare. He was suspicious because we were so young, so he told the police. So they came and picked us up and took me back to Portsmouth. My mum picked me up from the station. But I blamed everything on my friend Eve, so my parents let me off.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Did the midwife kidnap her, but because she lived across the street, they still became friends? I'm wondering. Nothing on...
Mum and Dad never knew what was going on. We got so good at it. We were so in sync that we'd use each other to cheat. If one of us had a hangover, the other one would go to school. Whoever was best at a subject would sit the exam. There were lots of differences between us. Some things, one is better than the other.
My mic disconnected. I'm okay. It's like I accidentally poked the wire, and the wire was like, "What?" Maybe Eve's the tween? Sam. Yeah. I think Eve is the twin then. I think that would make the most sense. Let's do more about Florence. Maybe we can get an answer there.
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window.
Like
and seeing
Rapunzel!
her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror.
Right, so they weren't raised as sisters. But they still found each other. Yeah, it's like mirrors do seem to come up a bit. Yeah, because they're twins, so they're like reflections of each other. Okay, so I think I'm starting to understand. So Florence kidnapped one of the baby girls. I forget if it was Hannah or Eve. Either way, that one was kidnapped and forced to stay inside the house while the midwife raised them. But they still saw each other because, you know, they still live right down the road from each other. So so it's like they still met each other anyways. The midwife did a shitty job hiding the fact that she kidnapped a baby.
Florence was a warm, kind person. But she was broken, I guess. When I found her diary, I also found a biscuit tin with other stuff.
A warm, kind kidnapper. Yeah, it's like I'm surprised kidnap doesn't come up on here.
Letters, that kind of thing.
Diary keeps coming up.
Her story wasn't there.
Her story up. Roll the credits.
I never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand, I guess. I just put it together later, once I was older. She had loved children, planned to have a large family, but her husband died in the war. And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again.
Still doesn't mean you should kidnap a baby.
Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s.
Like, just remarry, please.
But
It's better than kidnapping a baby.
you know, you married for life and she felt she could never marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow. One of the dead. I don't
No
know, maybe
kidnap
there was more to it than
baby.
that. I don't really know.
Let's see if we can finish up Florence.
No. It was just me and her.
Yeah, it's like people remarried all the time.
It was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl.
Okay, Eve was the one that was kidnapped.
It's hard to
Hannah's the
know,
one that was
isn't it?
raised normally.
These are stories I remember that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood. Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
Diary keeps coming up. You're being for my such a modern concept. Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it?
No, he doesn't keep a diary. That's my thing.
So this is Hannah.
Well, as long as I can remember, since I was a girl, helps make sense of my day.
I believe this means Hannah is the one who found the body.
Perspective.
She was the one married to Simon,
Everyone's on the same page.
I think. And Eve was the one who met him at a bar and he may have cheated. Possibly. I don't know. This could be a whole ass freaky yandere thing. Hard to say.
Just became our way of life. We would swap places and take it in turns to do things. And
Swap?
we were very careful. Whoever had been out that day would come back and write a detailed diary so that we were on
Swap?
the same page. We had a list of rules that said what we could and couldn't do in any given situation.
What?
It was exhaustive. We lived a second life through those rules. Rules for things that could only ever happen inside our imaginations. We would consider all the permutations of future events and agree rules to walk our way through them.
You're telling me that you two would literally swap your lives, write it down in a diary so the other person would know what the hell's going on, and you two just kept up this whole fucking charade. What is wrong with you people? Y'all are damaged. Let's try death. Try and get back to Simon. Yeah, it's like these two are pulling some Freaky Friday shit, just switching lives willy-nilly. Yeah, it is beyond just a twin prank. Like, what the fuck?
They said it was food poisoning. There was something in the food they ate. My dad liked to pick mushrooms, grow them too. They said it was the mushrooms.
Never trust mushrooms. Fuck mushrooms. All my homies hate mushrooms.
Death caps. They have a skirt around the cap.
Death caps, that might be important.
But, I mean, the police had no reason to think it was suspicious. They lived alone. And no one had any reason to hurt them.
Like, I don't like mushrooms. You could eat the mushrooms for me, alligator. Yes, by all means.
In the attic, it was a very hard time. I was depressed, was still pretty sick of the STD.
STD?
And I came down one morning and they were dead.
Dead? What? Hello?
They were in bed and
hello?
been sick.
Yeah.
Thrown up, not. And I slept through it.
You slept through it. No, I'm starting to think Eve is the killer here. That's just a guess.
Dad was a mushroom expert. He used to take us picking with him.
The mushrooms.
But the police believe that's what happened.
The police believe that's what happened. What do you know, Eve? They never looked in the attic? Jesus Christ. What is wrong with these people? Oh my god. STD. Okay, here's the first instance it was probably mentioned.
The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents.
Yes, I do remember them saying that.
Follow. So we were separated again. I stayed in the attic. It was hard.
Stayed in the attic.
It's like I suddenly didn't exist.
Oh.
In case anyone recognized me, I started wearing a wig.
Wearing a wig?
Hannah and I would meet up in the park.
Was it a blonde wig?
I was trying to get pregnant. But I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers. Drunk guys I'd met.
She did mention she was desperate to get pregnant before.
Parks and alleyways. I was 17.
No, this is Eve. She took a lie detector test and failed.
But it was Hannah who had betrayed us.
That's how they caught her.
One of the guys gave me an STD. When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier.
Pregnant. Yeah, it's like...
I don't know how to look sometimes.
I'm starting to wonder if, that miscarriage was really an accident.
Was it time to become our own people? I mean, that
It's
seemed
like,
the right
it wouldn't
thing
be
to
that
do,
her
but
twin sister wouldn't be
neither of us wanted to.
jealous, maybe. Greg nagging it.
We agreed that
Thanks
her
for the
and
clip.
Simon would get their own place as soon as
Arigato.
possible, and then I could move in. And that was the plan.
Croquet board. It's like, that's my next question is, was that miscarriage an accident? Or could it have been... Make sure I'm spelling it right. Is it with an I? It is with an I. Alright, let me make sure I'm not getting any repeats. Since I watch so much, maybe I should make a YouTube clipping channel? By all means, go ahead. You have my permission to clip me. All you gotta do is just link back to my channels. That's it.
Then my parents died. It was the worst year of my life.
Yeah.
Miscarriage and then
By all means, clip
my
away.
parents.
Let the clip let the clips flow through you. But yeah, it does seem like the miscarriage and the parents dying did happen at the same time. Daily dose of the loon, maybe? I like that. Yeah, you could just put like a little clip every day if you feel like it. You could even do like YouTube shorts or something if you want. Depends on how creative you want to get. But yeah, we know how the parents died. They were poisoned by mushrooms. And then it seems like the miscarriage and the parents dying happened relatively around the same time, which is definitely not a coincidence. Yeah, whenever you want to do it.
Yeah. They got
Maybe weekly
pedophilia,
dose?
thinking it was flu or something.
Yes, many clips can be acquired in one
They
stream.
nearly
You
called
do have a
me. I had to use
point.
my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed. And they'd been there for days. No one had noticed. Just awful. It was so soon after my miscarriage. The worst year of my life. I'd been so happy to get married, and after that it was just like, fuck.
Yeah, so they did find the parents dying. So this is Hannah, in this one, the 30th. This is the 25th. Dose of Daloon also works, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was infertile. Thought I was. They told me I was infertile after the miscarriage because of complications.
Alright. It's like, now we're really getting into the meat and potatoes.
Hannah had a miscarriage. This was late in the pregnancy and it left her infertile.
And this is
The
Eve.
universe had corrected its course.
Eve is fucking crazy. It's like, ah, yes.
Hannah and Simon were still living with his parents. They were married. Simon had a job at the Glaziers now. Eric had given him a full-time position after he left school. And then
Like, so much murder. She mentioned the attic before. What's going on with the attic?
yes, I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back. Me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl, a dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but
Spell out
it was
attic.
another year before we started sleeping there.
A-T-T-I-C.
Yes, I read a lot as a child and watched lots of TV. Then the doll's house we had, we still have in the attic. It's kind of a fairy castle. We used to play up there and make up our own stories.
Yeah, this is violently deranged. This is probably what we're looking for.
She recognised me from the window. She told me to come inside and she hid me. They had made
Yeah, that
the attic
works.
into a place where Hannah could play. There was a dollhouse. She hid me up there. No one else ever went into the attic. It was her place.
It was her place, but more like their place, where they could do the old switcheroo.
I'm not sure where the dollhouse came from. I don't know if it was given to them or they inherited it. I mean, they wouldn't have had the money to buy it. It was so huge. It must have been taken up to the attic in parts and then reassembled up there. It's a beautiful thing. Wallpaper to scale, little furniture, the lights work.
Ooh, lights.
Mirrors, beds, big duvets and pillows. We spent hours and hours playing in it, invented all these characters and families who lived there. We wrote paperwork for them all. Passports, diaries, gave them all really elaborate
It's like
stories.
more about the diaries.
Once, a moth got trapped in there. We'd left a light on. It was making the most horrendous noise. We tried to kill it, but it was tough.
It's like, of course, kill
We
it.
ended up crushing it under a copy of the Arabian Nights.
It's like, okay. Some Aladdin. Yeah, more fairy tales. Fairy tales seem to be very much a recurring theme. Fairy tale. Ah.
Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it. Are any of these in colour?
She's wearing a necklace in this one. Need to look up necklace later. Let's watch a couple more clips. It's just one very schizophrenic woman, maybe.
I worked there some weekends, and Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys.
Like, I don't know, she
Even
could be
then,
crazy.
He had a sense of craftsmanship. Wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time. You know? Plus he had that look. He looked like a fairy tale prince from one of my books.
Like a fairy tale prince. How cute.
Simon never cheated on me.
Oh.
He was devoted to me. And I was devoted to him.
She also has a tattoo, the tattoo on her arm. It looks like a snake.
Nothing
An apple?
in life is easy.
Oh, I need to look up tattoo. I never looked up tattoo. There's so many things to look up.
Life isn't a fairy tale.
Trace Burst responsible for cutting and selling removing glass. Yes, he did get the glass job. That was addressed in the very beginning. Tattoo.
Oh, my tattoo. I got it to express my individuality. It's an apple and a snake.
Because her name's Eve! That's Eve! Speaking of Eve.
So I moved out. Got a small bed set.
We got it, boys. Yeah.
Got my tattoo to mark the occasion.
Yeah, Eve is the one that wears the necklace. It doesn't always show up, so you have to, like, pay attention a bit, but it does seem like the necklace is Eve.
I've been doing something similar ever since. I haven't put down any roots. I don't exist.
Yeah, it's like... Yeah, so necklace... Handle the rest after stream. Darn. Like, I was hoping necklace would show up. Let's just do a regular blank search.
A mobile phone? Yeah. Well, they have one for the glaziers, but it's only for work. I can't remember the number. Oh, it's in the kitchen. I saw it plugged into its charging cradle.
Kitchen. Let's try kitchen. It's got a something.
Bruce. Oh, yeah, no, it's nothing.
Oh!
In the chest.
Yeah, there was another video where she was talking about not having a bruise anymore.
Yeah, like hell.
Yeah, because it seems like in the beginning of the police interrogation, because this happens over the span of a couple weeks, they were trying to pretend to be the same person, but towards the end, on July 3rd, that's when they got exposed. So basically before July 3rd, it's assumed that they're the same person when we know they're not. It's a dramatic irony.
Okay. I parked up in the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in. Salmon's coat wasn't on
If
the
you
peg.
can do it consistently for a whole month, I will give you that role. How's that sound? There's your challenge.
I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there.
That means you'll have to make 30 clips.
But he wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly in the living room. Nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there.
And they do have to at least be edited in some way.
The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric
I think we did, but I can try again. There might be other clips.
Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you.
And it just like the cut to the relevant parts, or zooms like clippers do? Like clippers do. Doesn't have to be too crazy. Alright, what's going on with Eric?
He was wearing,
yeah, MLG Pro Gamer edits. Yeah.
turtleneck shirt and jeans. He has a watch. It's a really nice one. That was a gift from his boss, Eric. He had his coat, a long grey duffel coat, like Paddington Bear. He would have taken that with him. It's not in the house.
And I guess if the necklace is on her, then the necklace is Eve, isn't it? Or let's just keep going.
Eric was like an uncle to him. They were pretty close. They spend a lot of time with each other, especially when they have to go to conferences.
Yeah, no problem. Take your time.
And his wife, Diane.
What else can we learn about Eric?
Yeah, that's Simon's watch.
Yeah, Diane.
It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste.
Yep, Diane comes up again.
That time, you must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
Alright, so let's see. Diane. What can you tell us about Diane?
Diane is really nice. She helps out with the glaziers, organises the Christmas party.
Yeah, exactly. A slow zoom. There you go.
Kids, really sweet kids. She used to look out for me when I worked there.
Oh, is that another song? I want another song.
Simon and Eric arguing? No, I can't imagine they'd be arguing. And they get on so well. Unless it was something to do with work.
I use DaVinci Resolve.
Maybe Simon was being too much of a perfectionist.
But there's plenty of programs out there for free.
You should ask Diane.
Yeah, I was just thinking, there was something about a birthday.
Yes, that's my birthday. Not one of the big ones, but I guess you can see that.
It's like, that clip did not help.
It was my birthday, like you said. We were going to have a meal at home. We had our meal. He gave me his present. I guess I didn't like the present.
You guess you didn't like the present, or did your twin not like the present? Like, huh, I wonder.
No. Well, yes. He found out on my birthday. I told him I was pregnant.
You probably look pregnant as well. You get more information out of that. Wait a minute. Okay, it is still the same day. I was gonna say, because, like, the banks changed.
Okay. I woke up.
I have no idea what the difference is.
Sam
You'd
was
have to
already
check
up.
yourself.
He made me birthday breakfast of eggs Benedict.
I think one you pay for and the other's
We both had
free.
to go to work, so we saved presents till later. I got to work, had some birthday cake, children sang me happy birthday. Then I came home. The birthday meal was a takeaway, and Simon gave me his present, which I didn't mind. And after that, we talked about the baby. Turned into a big argument.
Oh.
Simon left. I was furious. I wanted to get as far away as I could and get some space to think. So I left.
Interesting. Baby. Tell me more about baby.
Yes. It was a shock to him. I mean, we never thought it was possible. I don't know what he... I mean, I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby. I wasn't really ready to talk to him about it.
She wasn't even sure if she'd keep it.
1984 was an awful year in the end.
It's
We were living
94
at
now.
David Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end of spring and my parents died in the summer. It was a hot summer, a heat wave. So when they discovered the bodies, it was just awful. Because of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a lot of police. A forensic entomologist. I had to look that up. It was because of the heat. It's just awful.
Yeah, it's like just leaving those dead bodies out to bake. That was probably rancid.
That's all that matters, really. The baby. Simon's dead. But the baby,
But the baby?
that's how he will live on.
What?
Our baby.
But you said there was a miscarriage. What? Something's not adding up. Enters the state when registering these American-made websites. I don't know. Denmark's only one state. It's like, yeah. It's like, come on, American companies.
8 years back. It was a present to myself. I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up. I think they say you can have 1 cup.
Well, you had a miscarriage. Unless another one of you is pregnant. What's happening? We're getting conflicting
You're
information.
reaching here. Oh, I don't know why. No, I've never cheated on anyone. I've never taken anything from anyone.
Yes, you have.
Simon is dead. But I have my baby to care for.
But,
Why are you trying to make me sad?
but,
Why are you so obsessed with sex and affairs?
yeah, about that.
You cheated on your wife. Is this your thing?
Is this your thing? Eve, please. Don't crash. You crashed. Don't crash! No! Come back! Try a different video.
What did your wife do? She didn't kill you.
Yeah, I think that might have been what happened.
Well, I didn't kill him.
Shit, you might be right, alligator.
There. I was in Glasgow worrying about whether my baby was still growing inside me. I mean, why would I kill Simon? I loved him.
It's like, yeah, damn, I think you're exactly right. And that might have been led to the argument. I guess that's the question. Did Simon know they were twins? Like, did he know about the whole switcheroo hullabaloo? Did he know what was going on? Like, that's what I really want to know. Because it seems like they've kept up this charade for a very, very long time.
I got a job to contribute, you know. Doug knew someone and I got a job as a dinner lady at the primary school. They said it didn't matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids. So you see, it's always been complicated between me and Simon. It's never just been the two of us. There's always been pressure.
Like, this is getting pretty twisted then, if that's all true. I just put my country as state since that's technically correct. Yeah. No tattoo in that one, you're right. So that's Hannah.
No. I mean, everyone loves Simon. He was so...
I think that's the question. Who
Nice.
killed Simon, Hannah or Eve? One of them did it.
He loves me.
I think that's the mystery here, is who did it. It's like there's the miscarriage, there's the parents dying. The parents were clearly murdered. It was set up to be a poison. In fact,
at the time they said it was poison, food poisoning. I mean, I felt so guilty.
it might have been Hannah, yeah.
If I'd still been at home, maybe I could have done something.
I don't know. It is hard to say. Like, let's reverse ourselves a bit.
Childhood sweethearts. Something like that. Are you married, detective?
Did the bruise happen after he was killed? That's a great question. Tell us about the bruise.
If one of us got hurt, the other one would have to be hurt too.
Oh.
A bruise. When I lost my tooth first, we had to pull out Hannah's to match.
That's fucked up!
Once, I slept with a boy who was seeing another girl. The girlfriend came up to Hannah the next day and punched her in the face. Gave her a huge black eye. That night, she had to do the same to me.
What the fuck?
And she almost went too far. I couldn't see out of that eye for days. She snuck a frozen pizza up for me from the kitchen. So much of our bodies was synchronised anyway. We started our period on the same day. All our childhood diseases, stomach bugs, nits.
You guys got some weird ass codependency thing going on. Jesus Christ. Y'all need therapy.
Differences? She's a better driver than me. She passed the test for us. I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car.
This is why she blamed her sister for her infertility.
You can't rely on confidence to get you through.
Yeah, because it's like, how did the miscarriage happen?
She is the shy one. She was especially shy around boys. If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl.
Carl!
She had such a crush. I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at. It got difficult. When I was with Carl...
Carl, you killed that
couldn't
man.
let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses. After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity.
Excuse me?
It's not that different to...
Excuse me?
Pulling a tooth.
What's wrong with this
grave.
family?
We used a hairbrush.
What? Excuse me?
After that, we took it in turns, though. I was always the one who seduced the boys. Until Simon.
Oh my fucking Jesus Christ. The fuck? What the fuck? Rewind?
Different. I let him take my virginity.
It's like, I could get to the part where I'm screaming. That part right there. Literally, what the fuck?
A bruise, pulling a tooth, a graze.
Yeah. Yeah, right? It's like, it takes a while, but once you realize something's seriously wrong, you get so invested, like, what happened?
This was about 9.
Yeah.
She was waiting for me. She was
These sisters are not okay.
The kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had
Oh.
my wig on from performing, she tore it off. Eventually, we grew tired of fighting and I left.
Interesting. Pregnant. Let's see.
I got pregnant. Both
Yeah,
our
'cause this is
parents
Hannah.
had a big powwow.
So, yeah.
We weren't even in the room. And they decided we should get married.
Yeah, that would explain the shotgun wedding. Okay, so Hannah got pregnant by Simon, which led to the shotgun wedding, but then she had the miscarriage, became infertile. Eve got pregnant with Simon, and that's where this whole cheating thing is going on. But she's like, no, I didn't cheat on him because me and Hannah are basically the same fucking person down to our fucking...
Yes, I'm fine. I won't be sick again. This happens some days. I'm pregnant. It's morning sickness.
Greg Naginant.
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty.
Glasgow, that's
I was
another one that keeps
driving
coming up.
badly. And I hit a taxi.
No, it's what you said before, Loa Gator.
Just paintwork.
With Eve
The
being the
guy
one that's
was
pregnant,
so
not
pissed
Hannah.
off because I
Hannah
didn't have a
was the
driving
one with the
license on me.
miscarriage.
But when I told him I was pregnant, he made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out. It was fine. The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car.
Yeah, Glasgow. Am I spelling that right? No, I'm not. Glasgow? I'm like, I'm spelling it wrong, aren't I? Oh well. Glasgow. Oh. Hey, there we go. Alright. Let me just make sure we're getting new videos. There we go.
I got in the car and I drove. I just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep.
Okay.
Yes. I got to Glasgow, I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car.
I'm wondering if
I went
partway
back to
through
the
this
rubbish truck
day
went past.
that we're on, she
Got some
swapped
petrol,
places.
poured a coffee and a pastry. Tried calling someone from the payphone.
Yeah, Portsmouth was mentioned a few times too. You're right.
Headed back.
Yeah, because she has her hair there. Let me just see something.
I got in the car.
No, she's wearing a
And we drove.
necklace. I don't know. Unless they both wear the necklace. It's like, I don't know if the necklace is a red herring or not.
No, I don't think so. Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning. That should eliminate me as a suspect. If I was in Glasgow, can't be in two places at once.
Yes, you can. You have a twin. Like, one of them wasn't there and the other was. Possibly. One of them's probably lying out of their fucking ass. Let's try Portsmouth. Probably spelling it wrong. Or maybe we got them all already. No, apparently I got it already. Now let's circle back around.
Suicide? No. I mean, he would never do anything like that. He is not the kind of person to do anything like that. I mean, to hurt himself? No.
Yeah, this is still early on.
No. Not drugs. I mean, he drinks, but never very much. He goes to the pub and has one or two. Sometimes
I
they
believe
go
this is
together.
Hannah.
He drinks wine with food, but no, he doesn't have any kind of drinking problem.
He doesn't have any kind of drinking problem, huh? Well, let's see more about a pub. I typed that wrong. What do you say?
God, I don't know. Could be anyone. Maybe someone followed him back from the pub. But why would he let them in? Doesn't make sense.
It's like, they let him in if he thought it was you, maybe.
I mean, not really. He would go to the pub. He had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house. Sometimes Eric, his boss, and his wife would come over for dinner. That would be us returning the favour. Diana's a really good cook, into her trendy ingredients.
So trendy.
And the last time Simon cooked something off MasterChef, he got the recipe off CFAX. And I did my Lloyd Grossman bit, commenting from the sidelines.
like- Who's Lloyd Grossman?
I had to find fennel from the supermarket. Have you ever eaten fennel?
Fennel. I've had fennel. I got an achievement for MasterChef. What keyword do you want me to put in? I'll drink some water. What's the clue, guys? You onto something? Tell me. Fennel. Okay. Damn it.
No. I'm not sure what strange would be, but he hasn't been acting odd. He's been busy at work, but nothing too stressful.
Hospital? Okay, I could try that next. Like, I just circle around to the beginning to try and get more hints. Hospital. Okay, we got something.
Ask the hospital.
That's it.
I don't see how it's hard. We've established I was in Glasgow when he was killed. You've spoken with the hospital?
Right, because she had a crash while she was in Glasgow. So that's her alibi. It's like, yeah, I was at the hospital when he disappeared or whatever. Yeah, so it's like, one of them has an alibi, the other one doesn't. The problem is we don't know who was what and the where.
Of course, if that would help. Will you phone the house to let me know when you want to come round? Then I can make sure that I'm there. He has a wallet, a huge, silly thing, leather, real leather, I think. He packs it full of stuff.
Wait, didn't she mention like a Visa card before?
Lottery tickets. He always carries it in his back pocket.
But she's mentioning a wallet.
Offsets the discs. I haven't seen it, so he must have it on him.
It's like one's mentioning a credit card, and in another video she talks about a wallet. That's a little weird.
If he's in the house.
It's like, okay. Wallet. No money?
Sure, I think. I do all the bills and paperwork and handle all the money stuff, so it should be easy for me to find. Do you want them dropped off to you?
Okay.
No. Everyone loved Simon.
Alibi, yeah. That's another one. That's a big one.
Much money. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Let's try alibi. And it's crashing. Wah! Get back here. Like, we found one video for alibi, so I want to check that. Please don't crash. There we go.
Very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other.
Yeah, I got afraid of the machine spirits.
Silently.
Like, we're using an old school computer, so...
We'd help each other. We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone.
What?
We took him down to the cellar.
What?
We knew we had an alibi. And we wanted the body to be found later.
Excuse me?
We wanted to have suspicion on us, so we could then disprove it, rather than have it linger. Better to keep the body in the house than risk being seen with it. The watch, that was my touch.
Watch!
To make sure the alibi stuck.
What? 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 Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, oh, jeez. Chit-chat. No, I'm not done. Okay. Probably because we just found out a very important piece of information. We already looked at the watch. Enemies? No. Can we get anything else out of cellar? There's a new cellar one.
Well, fine. Considering. I got back into the house today, and that was weird. Knowing your people have been there through my things. It's like I've been burgled. Only worse, obviously. I don't know. I haven't looked in the cellar yet. They sent a cleaner in. As good as new, he said.
Are you looking for
But they had to throw some
amnesia?
stuff out.
Okay.
Couldn't get the blood out. And I'm still waiting to hear from the coroner so we can get a date set for the funeral. It's going to be a cremation. So...
Interesting. Try body again, but I think we got all the bodies. Yeah, we got all the bodies already. No, nothing. Let's circle back around.
Could I have a cup of tea?
Can I have a cup of tea? Like, we already know about it being different. It's like, we got all the buys already. Go for it.
I haven't been into work. I guess I've just been waiting to hear from you, hear from my husband.
Yeah, you might as well. If you don't use it, I'll save it. Because I save whatever people clip in case I use it for my own uses.
Yeah. I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried. I feel sorry for them.
I don't think we ever looked up Doug and Eleanor. I think those are Simon's parents.
I hoover, I dust every week. Maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust, and she said, if people ask, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better.
Like, you can be lazy.
She was hoovering every day, ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes.
She's a smoker.
When I was there, I saw her. She has these...
There's a bit of salt in that. Yeah, I can see it.
Next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. Last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. All those years of marriage. And she still has a secret like that.
You're one to talk. Really would not surprise me if Simon never found out about the switcheroos.
This is the third day running you've called me in. I speak to Doug and Eleanor every day. They say you've been asking a lot of questions. About me. Should I be worried?
Search secret? I'll do that
Am I a
next.
suspect?
Secret.
It was supposed to be a secret. Just because Simon is dead doesn't mean I have to give up all his secrets. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to Simon. No one murdered my husband because he cheated his expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford.
Thanks for the clip. Post them on the Discord too, if you haven't already.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book, the knock code.
The knock
Some of the
code.
prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out.
I'm gonna look
on
up knock next.
radiated pipes or the attic floor.
Yeah, of course, that's fine. Thanks. Yes, knock and code. Huh, interesting.
Dad thought we had mice. Didn't find any. Bought a cat anyway.
Got a kitty. It's like, oh, we got a rat problem. What should we do? Buy a cat. I am the one who knocks. Could it be Morse code? I don't know. I don't think it was. Let's look up knock. No, how about code? No, darn it. I was hoping that would be something. Well, before we resume that, I have to pee. So I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, posted in clips and videos. To answer that question. Alright, let us resume. And hopefully not crash.
Okay. I'll try my best to remember.
Like, some of these are only like a couple seconds long, and you're like, why is this here?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm quite a private person, and I didn't want to get into the detail of the argument.
Like the argument about the baby?
It wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror. A nice
Oh!
mirror. He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story.
Once again, the mirror
He
theme.
made it especially for me.
It's like, well, now let's look up mirror because that keeps coming up.
The mirror. I can't remember.
Cool, dang.
I put it somewhere safe. Upstairs, I think. I haven't looked at it since.
They're like, congratulations, you're halfway there. Thanks, game.
Silverleaf? No. He normally silvers them properly. This mirror, it's supposed
Oh, they
to
even
be
have it.
antique. The reflection isn't as good.
So, yeah, he's a glass person, so he could do that, I guess. Doesn't like to look at her own reflection. You looked up the knock code and there was probably a message hidden in there? Okay. You want to play it again? I'll play it again.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by...
Skip to the part where she does it. Here we go. I guess it depends on which hand is supposed to be what, if it is supposed to be Morse code. Like if left is supposed to be a blank or a space or something. Let's try reflection. When will my reflection show who I am inside? Yeah, it does go really fast, unfortunately.
Yes.
I'm sure it'll reveal itself in
The
due
first time we saw
time.
each other, it was strange. We both realised at the same moment, I think. We must have
Yeah,
seen
so
each other
smart in us.
before,
Like,
but there was this
if you're watching the
instant
VOD on YouTube, please comment in the description what it
when
was.
we first realised it wasn't a reflection. The reflection was staring back.
Yeah, now she's talking
I
about
think I
when
was
they met.
5. It was my birthday.
Birthday.
My reflection was wearing a party hat and waving. I knew what party hats were from books. And it suddenly occurred to me, today must be my birthday.
Domo Cashew, welcome. How you
I waved
doing?
back and
Do people smarter than me
we just
exist?
spent
No,
ages
never. I got that 200
looking at
IQ.
each other and copying each other's movements.
It's like we are trying to solve a murder mystery. It's like, so far we have established that we are actually interviewing not one, but 2 people. Ah, Domo Snacklevox, welcome. And the 2 girls are twins. One got to grow up normally and the other one got locked up like Rapunzel. But they eventually did find each other and they decided to pull a Prince and a Pauper type of thing where they would do the old switcheroo. Yeah. I think it is 2 people and not someone with split personalities because one of them would be at Glasgow for the alibi and then the other one would have done the murder. That's my guess right now.
Mother wanted me to grow my hair long, but I kept cutting it myself. I wanted to look like my reflection. She always had short hair when she was little.
Yes, welcome, welcome.
Mother would hide the scissors, but I would
Mother?
find a way. Cut it with a bread knife, something like that.
I noticed even the way they refer to
No
their mothers is
affection.
different.
We'd always leave her house and go on adventures, but I never could. Mother taught me at home, and I had books and TV. Oh, TV was magical. But it
Oh
was only on
boy,
when you wanted to be,
TV!
so I spent a lot of time reading
Yeah,
books.
this is Eve. It's like, if it says July 3rd, that's Eve. I'm pretty sure July 3rd is when she confesses to everything. This is based on European time, that's why the dates are swapped. I can even go to an earlier date to show. Like, see here, it says 6/25/6 instead of 6/25 because that's how other countries do it. I think this is based on in Britain or something, so that would explain the accent and a lot of the slang. It's like, oi, mate, can I get a cup of tea? But yeah, it's like basically these twins do everything together, even in the most messed up way possible. Yeah, Britain. British.
When you've been married for 10 years, stuff accumulates. We could argue about anything. And he's so nice. That doesn't help. He tries to smooth things over, and that
Kitty has
just
come to
makes
say
it
hello.
worse.
If you hear a bell,
We're
I'm
both passive
trying to see if he
aggressive,
wants
so
to
we never
play.
really argue directly about anything.
What's here?
What about us?
It's like, look at all these clips to watch, and it's like, most of them are like only a few seconds long.
Yeah, when I was at school. I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mom worked there before I was born.
Yeah, so this is back to Hannah, from the way she refers to her mom.
Paperwork, filing, typing out invoices,
Oh, Kitty wanted that?
thing.
Yay,
It was a good job for a
Kitty!
girl back then.
You want synchronized pettings?
I didn't work a till or anything though. I was quite shy, so I wouldn't have liked to have worked a till.
Then Kitty, don't knock over Mike, please.
I don't know. Something must have happened to him on his way home. He could be hurt. I mean, why hasn't he phoned?
Who was phone?
I don't know.
Mwah. Who was phone?
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down the end of the road. I walked up to the house. I knocked on the door. No answer.
Yes,
I took my
Kitty,
keys out
you're
of
so
my
cute and
bag, unlocked
fluffy.
the door. The
Do
main
you
lock
like
was
the soft
unlocked.
murders,
I could
Kitty,
tell
or do you
because the
prefer
key
to
would
cause
turn
them?
when I tried to turn it to the left. I walked in.
Mwah.
Simon's
Mwah,
coat wasn't on the
Kitty.
peg. I couldn't see his shoes on the shoe rack. I shouted out for him. I walked straight into the kitchen. He usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his
A
paper.
cup of tea?
He wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly into the living room. Nothing. I looked upstairs to the bedroom. He wasn't there. I didn't.
Well, there you go.
search
You're
for
gonna have
him
plenty of
because
clips
it's
to work
pretty
with.
clear he wasn't there.
That's fine.
Then I had a shower.
Thank
Whilst I was
you
in the
for the
shower,
clip.
the phone rang. I think it was Eric, his boss. I didn't answer it. Then I came out and I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, but I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and
I know
was
Twitch can be
surprised to
weird
see
about
no one
clipping
there next to
sometimes.
me.
Sometimes it freezes.
And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. I spoke to him. Then I called Simon's parents. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
Let's go back in order. Law and Order.
Oh,
Dun,
God,
dun.
I don't know. I mean, I guess The Rock. You've spoken to everyone there. Someone must have seen where he went.
Is that the name of the pub, The Rock?
I don't know. So many things could have gone wrong.
Kept talking about how he goes to the pub to have some drinks with the boys. rock. Does this have anything?
No. No one has been in the last few weeks.
Could have been talking about
We
Dwayne
had
The Rock
Plumber come
Johnson.
in 3-4 weeks ago. Someone you from The Rock.
Yeah, so based on these clips, it does seem like in the beginning when they were talking to her, it was initially just a missing persons case. So she's like, no, it's like, it wasn't a suicide or anything like that. But then it seems like later on they did find the body in the cellar, so they started questioning her on it because she was obviously a suspect. And that's when she talks about the alibi and everything else. So there is a clear timeline of events.
Fine. I've never had my fingerprints taken before. I once put my hand on the oven.
Confess? Should you post every clip on Discord? Yeah, go ahead. Like, that's what that subsection's for. Confess. Let's see what that does.
Okay, you got me. I'll confess. We were there. It was a dirty weekend. Simon was going to expense it, pretend it was a business trip. I used a made-up name. We stayed at the hotel, had room service, didn't leave the room, had a great view of the river, and you could hear the church bells.
And this is Eve, you could tell from the tattoo.
Like you said, it was very romantic.
Yeah, that is the thing. It's like, it seems like initially they had gotten into the relationship with Simon because of Hannah. But then after Hannah had the miscarriage, she became bitter and they started arguing. So Simon went for Eve. Now again, it's still not clear if Simon knew everything. I don't know. It is hard to say if he knew anything at all. He might have known nothing.
I was in the house all of Friday night. After the argument, after Simon left, I left too.
Yeah, we knew they argued because of the mirror.
I was upset and I wanted to get away.
You know nothing, Simon Snow. Simon says,
So I took the car.
I don't know. Yeah, we know about... Yeah, so it's like, it seems like on her birthday, she got the mirror, and of course, the mirror is very important / symbolic. They got into a fight. And then one of them got into the car, went to Glasgow, and then got into an accident in Glasgow. Did we look up accident? Nothing on accident. What's with this empty chair?
Okay.
Oh, it's just her leaving.
I've given blood before. Do you need to take that for your records?
Like, that's what it seemed like, that she got into, like, a crash or something? Because she said, did you check the hospital? Because she was like, if you want my alibi, check with the hospital, I was there. Because the car.
I left the next day, Saturday.
Here we
I
go.
slept for a few hours in the car.
Yep, she slept in the car.
When I woke up, I came straight back. Simon wasn't returning my calls and I wanted to try and make up. I got back to the house and
In the car.
Simon wasn't there. And I... Excuse me.
Oh,
Is there a bin?
she puked. She puked. Morning sickness. Or, you know, general nausea from being pregnant. This was taken at night, I see. But still. This is Eve. Eve was the one. Yes, because Eve is pregnant. It's like Simon, whether knowingly or not, cheated on Hannah with Eve, and Eve got pregnant. Eve got mad at Simon and left. Domo Ikaru, welcome! I'm doing good, how are you? We're trying to figure out this murder mystery. And I think I might know who the culprit is now. But let's continue.
Yeah. I pulled over and slept in the car. This was just by the side
Like,
of the
by all
road.
means, if anyone has any questions or wants to
exhausted.
review anything, by all means, this is the point to work together. But it's like, I think I have an idea of what's going on. Maybe.
I didn't. I slept in the car. I left about 9 that night. I wasn't there.
I think that means you are indeed winning. Yes, indeed. I think I might have an idea of what's going on. Because that is the big question. Who killed Simon? Who killed Hannah's husband? And I think I know who it might be. But it's literally a 50-50 shot.
No, it's okay. The other detective has just gone to get me one. Oh, tastes fine to me. As long as it's black and strong, I'm good. Nothing like this has ever happened to me before.
I don't think this is the winning kind of game. Yeah, it's like, once you find out what happens, it's like, I think we all lose.
It's probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Blood? What's this about blood? Blood has been brought up before.
Like I said before, it was 3, something like that.
Yeah, we gotta win. We gotta solve the mystery.
Saw Simon. He was on the floor of the living room.
Oh.
His throat had been cut.
Oh.
There was a lot of blood. Yeah, he was dead.
So Eve was the one that found the body. Because this is Eve. No. Eve and Hannah's parents were the ones who were poisoned by the mushrooms.
I wasn't in the house.
Interesting. Like, we're getting there.
It was late. Early Saturday morning.
Like, stop giving me only, like, 4-second clips.
I think when I drove back, it was about 8 or something. And I got back to the house about 3.
Yeah, because this is Eve. So that does actually follow up the last clip. She said, so that means she was out from 8 to 3 before she found the body. Maybe. It's hard to say.
When you suspect someone of murdering their husband. Okay. So you want to eliminate me as a suspect?
It's like, who are you eliminating exactly? Let's circle back around. Let's try Hannah again.
Mum and Dad had never had any reason to notice. They were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. She didn't put on any weight.
Oh, so even their parents didn't know about their switch.
If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing games. And that Eve was our imaginary friend.
Holy shit.
Once, she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school, and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear. She went mad. Get dressed this instant. So I ducked into our bedroom, and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready.
Like magic. Like, wow, you got dressed so quickly. It's like, wow, the parents had no idea about their switcheroo. So that means, yeah, then Eve was basically abandoned by Hannah when Hannah and Simon moved into Simon's house with his parents. That's why she killed the parents. Not Simon's parents, their parents. Like, I know it's a little confusing, but the parents are specifically referred to as Doug and Eleanor, and she refers to them in present tense, so they're still alive. That's how I know.
My mother called me Eve.
We know that already. But that is important information. Yeah, the police questioning them. Yeah, so Simon's parents are alive. Even Hannah's parents are dead. Who killed the parents? I don't know.
Okay. Sounds weird. I'm not great at making up stories. Yes. Like a story. A beginning, a middle, and an end.
Like so many like little clips. Little clips.
Well,
Yeah, meta hit.
she has a knife. She's been cooking.
Yeah, learning all this. It will make a great
guess
clip, but it was too long to go in one
She's been
go.
cooking
That's
his
fine.
favourite meal. She's his wife. And he's asleep and she doesn't want to wake him because he's ill.
Ill?
That's why she's sad.
Ill?
Because he's ill and he might die.
That could be a clue.
It's kind of a sad story, so I'm not sure how it ends.
Ill. No, how about illness? Illness. Sick? Is he down with the sickness? No, I guess not. Darn. He's like, just delete the spare. Yeah.
She's crying, I guess.
It's okay, it happens.
She's sad because she thought she saw her husband with another woman.
So much psychoanalyzing.
But it's okay because she finds out it wasn't her husband, it was his brother.
Ooh.
And so it's fine.
Is Simon a twin then? Was there... Is Simon a twin?
There were always princes and princesses. They were the special people, more important than the other characters in their stories. We knew we were like that. Twins. Magical.
Magical.
We were the princesses.
Princess.
We had a poster of Princess Diana from the newspaper up in our attic. Had a pride of place. And underneath
Yeah,
it
Simon and
fit all our
twin and
special
Simon and brother.
things. When her engagement was announced, we were obsessed with everything she did. And later, when her life went so bad, we felt for her. Her divorce last year just kind of drew a line under things.
They're referring to Princess Diana, because I know there was a whole thing. That's like, this is 1994. Try brother. No brother. Let's circle back to Simon.
Simon's parents offered to put me up, but I didn't think it would be a good idea. It would be too sad. Not right now. I'm staying at a friend's.
Okay.
An affair. Simon wasn't having an affair.
Affair. I think I tried to look up affair before, but there might be more. No, it's not giving me more for affair. Okay. More psychoanalyzing.
Okay. She's being chased. They're trying to catch her because she did something bad.
And that's another thing, is that it's like,
I guess.
we know
She
from
broke
like
the
the songs
rules.
and everything, Hannah has tried to kill Eve.
Or maybe they think she did something bad.
So it seems like, ironically,
her
between the
fault.
two of them, Hannah is more capable of
She was
murder.
scared, not guilty. Maybe it was mistaken identity.
Mistaken identity, huh?
Did they catch her there? I don't know.
I don't know.
Did I pass? Sorry, I messed it up with all that Rapunzel stuff. Do you need me to do that card again?
Like, no, we got plenty of information out of that Rapunzel symbolism.
Let me see. Yes. I drove in here because I remember, well, I went over the river. And then there was a church. There. Yeah. And I probably parked. Well, I remember seeing a street sign called Princess Street. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, you'll have to go into the VOD later,
so I'm
yeah.
pretty sure it
Good
must
luck
be
with
this
that.
one. There.
At least you can clip VODs. It's like you don't have to clip live. Let's look up Prince.
I don't know if anyone really changes. You just become more yourself. Simon was my prince, and that hasn't changed.
Princes? Okay. Nothing else on Prince. No fresh Prince of Bel-Air here.
Yeah, I had to let myself in. The door locks if it swings too.
Princess? Yeah, that's a good idea. Princess Diaries.
We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty, pretty ones, but the traditional ones. They were dark and real, bizarre and violent. Felt like life. We had this huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny plates. At the front of the book was an index of illustrations. We read that more than the actual stories. We'd read aloud the captions and flip between the pictures. There was something intimate about peeling
It's like,
back
tell
the
me a
facing
fairy
paper
tale story.
and dressing the pictures. Rapunzel's hair is cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
Like, always into the messed up stuff.
Yes, I always pull it shut and then lock the bigger lock with the key.
They keep talking about, like, locking doors and stuff.
No, I don't think it was. I turned the key, but it was already unlocked.
Turned the key, but it was already unlocked. That means somebody else was already in there, right?
No, they were shut. Most of the windows were really hard to open anyway. They're stifling in summer. They were painted over by my dad. Could have left a door open accidentally. Or there's a cat flap in the back door.
Right, because they had a cat. Let me look up the cat. Kitty!
No cat. My parents had a cat before they died called Domino. It was this little black thing with white
Yeah, because they
dots.
thought they had mice. I remember
I
that.
didn't know anything about the cat flap, but if you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it.
If you were thin, maybe you could squeeze through it.
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flap?
Blonde wig. I'll have to look up wig.
We loved our cat, Domino.
Domino pizza?
He had this little bell around his neck to stop him from killing birds in the garden. And we used to write each other notes and put them in the bell. And we
Ooh.
sent them to each other. Mum found some of the notes once and she thought I was just writing to myself because our handwriting was identical. And we had our own words for things, so she didn't quite understand them anyway.
Like, they really had a way of communicating with each other. They kept this up for a really long time. Let's see, what was I gonna look up? Letters? They mentioned writing letters to each other. No. Letter with an S? No. Wig.
A wig? You mean... what type of wig?
I would have gotten my daughter therapy if she was like this. Yeah, I know, right? It's like the parents never questioned anything. And this is why they died, because they were too stupid.
What kind of wig? She was sat behind him. She had my wig on.
Oh, yeah, so we know Eve is the blonde,
She'd been there all
so...
day. And she had blood on her. And she was in shock.
Oh. Oh, dear. Like, further confirming my suspicions? Like, at first when you're learning about Eve, you're like, oh, she's totally crazy. She's totally unhinged. And then you start learning more about Hannah, and you're like, no, she's the crazy one. It's like, was that a police siren? It probably was. I could look up police.
When will the police let me back in the house? And they let me take a bag of clothes with me, but...
Yeah, it's like this plot's so crazy.
Must think it's very cool that their dad is a police detective. I think so. I mean, to get into our garden, we'd have to climb through other gardens. All the gardens back onto each other, so you'd have to climb over 1, 2, 3 gardens to get to ours.
Garden.
Did anyone see anything? Did anyone see anyone come and go? An intruder?
Garden of Eve? Darn, no. Like, I know what it means. I'm like saying, like, symbolism-wise, because her name's Eve. We're getting there. We only have, like, 80 clips left. And since most of them are, like, 3-4 seconds long, we'll get there. A lot of them are just, like, not really filler, but, like, they give context to questions.
Well, a week or so ago. It would have been the Saturday before my birthday. You know, I get like that on the weekends, have a lie-in, then want to get up and blitz the house.
Blitz the house. Like, should have set the house on fire, burn all the evidence.
Yes, yeah. I would have cleaned them. I changed the sheets too, with the fingerprints in all those places.
Fingerprints. Here's the thing about twins. Twins do not have the same fingerprint.
Could they have been my parents' fingerprints? I'm not sure how long they last for, but is that possible?
It's like a lot of evading.
Really? Go on then. Take the cup. Run your fingerprints. They'll match.
I did search blood before. I can search again. Yeah, I searched through blood already.
That can't be right. In the bedroom. I sleep on the right side of the bed as you come in from the door. You can tell because I have 2 pillows and he just has 1.
2 pillows, huh? Could it be 2 as in twin pillows? Ha 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 ha.
What kind of hairs?
That's probably referring to the wigs. Trying to cover all my bases here.
Yes, this is it.
Yes, and this is when she has the mirror.
He made it himself. It's a special one-off. He made it and decorated it.
Yes, how very
his
punny
thing.
of me, yeah.
Where did you find it?
It's like, we found out the scene of the crime.
Look, on his clothes. That would make sense. He made it. By hand. I mean, he brushes the silver onto the glass. That's not how they make mirrors these days. I mean, he made the mirror. And he gave it to me.
Yeah, so we're getting a little more context about the mirror gift. We know it was the trigger for the argument. Let me go back to argument. Okay, it looks like I got everything. How about just argue, not argument? Nope. Okay.
On his throat.
In his throat?
How?
Fight? I could try fight. But it sounds like when they found his body in the cellar, the mirror was in his throat. Which is pretty morbid. No fight. No fight club here.
No. Simon wasn't seeing another woman.
He was seeing my twin, which is technically the same thing as seeing me.
Good. Happy. I mean, ups and downs like any couple, I guess, but we've been married for over 10 years.
It's like, yeah, so if they married when she was 17, that means she's 27 now.
Really? You're going to ask me about my sex life?
Yes!
Isn't that private?
It's messed up, but you're messed up! Alright, we're at the 75% mark. We're getting there.
Are you married?
Are you married,
How
sir?
is your sex life?
So, Mark, how's your sex life? Alright, you know what? It keeps coming up.
So, our sex life is probably fairly average for a couple after 10 years of marriage.
Love how she just is the quote-unquote average.
No! You're talking to the wrong person if you think I'm some kind of slut. If you think I'm the kind of person that would have had sex with all those guys.
Like, she was really in denial in the beginning. I'm like... She mentioned one had an STD. Eve, elaborate.
No, I was 15. Carl was older.
Carl, we should look up
17,
Carl.
I think. I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved. Lots of drunken teenage sex.
Naughty, naughty, don't do that.
It's stupid. So he got tired of us and we split up after about 6 months.
Got tired of
It was
us.
sad. But
Wink.
those early experiences, they
Wink,
help you
wink.
realise who's really important to you, you know? Family.
Carl.
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first. That would have been Carl. He was a local boy.
Because I say, would you do it on the boat? Would you do it with a goat? No, 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 I would not do it. Not even with the throat.
We were 15. family. So, Carl fucked off, and then there were other boys here and there, and then Simon.
And then Simon. Yeah, so it seems like relationship-wise, Hannah took things a lot more seriously while he was just like, oh, whatever.
Hannah was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous, didn't want to share.
She became a yandere.
We went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went, kept changing places in the toilet. We only had the one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me. But that was it. We didn't want another Carl on our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold.
Ouija board? Oh, gee!
After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules.
Uh-oh.
She wanted to be the first to sleep.
A Luigi board?
I mean, that's when she got pregnant.
Ah, wow. It's a me. You only trust the Waluigi boards.
Felt like it was a sign. You remember Princess Grace? Grace Kelly? She died in a car crash the year before we met Simon. We used a Ouija board to speak to her, and that gave us the power to find him.
Y'all are crazy.
That's what we thought then. That people who died tragically leave some kind of magic behind.
No.
We used to share dreams. We used to wake up and write them down in our diaries immediately and compare them.
It's looking more accurate by the minute. Hard to say. Like, really hard to say.
Well, there you go. How many kids?
There is no twin. That would be quite the twist, wouldn't it? But we'll see.
No, I have never been unfaithful. I've never cheated on Simon. Hurt someone? Yes. But everyone thinks that from time to time, right? You just want to lash out. Maybe a fresh cup of tea?
A fresh cup of tea? Did I do all the tea stuff? They're not even investigating a murder. She's just sitting in an empty room. There's not even a camera.
No. I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water.
Alright. Alright, we're down to 54 entries.
No, Simon didn't play guitar. He wasn't very musical. He liked to listen, but he was tone deaf.
Guitar. Guitar.
Yes. Yeah, it's my guitar.
Yeah, it was her guitar. It's like we see her play later.
Yes. I speak with Eleanor at least once a day. Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
Oh! Ooh! Spilled boiling hot coffee, and I got an achievement for that. Spilled coffee. Fuck!
No, I'm okay. Fuck.
Like, that's rough, buddy. I actually had that happen to me. Like, I went to Starbucks once, and the person that made my drink didn't push down the lid on properly, so it popped off when I drank it, and I spilled coffee all over me. And it was hot coffee, so it was painful. Luckily, I was right down the road, so I was able to go home and change, but it still sucked. So it's like been there. I'm like, yeah, let's look up fuck. Why not?
Can I leave? Are you going to arrest me? No. They'd laugh you out of the building. A lawyer would make mincemeat of you. Are you arresting me? No. Fuck off.
Like, fuck off. I did look up STD. It's like one of the siblings had an STD. Which one was it? Let me review one of the clips.
We're still pretty sick of the STD.
E was the one that had the STD. Okay. So, Hannah... Yeah, Eve had the STD. It was Eve. So, yeah, because in the other video where Hannah's like, I've never cheated on my husband. I've always been faithful to him. She's right. Hannah's never cheated on Simon, but Eve slept with all kinds of guys. So probably when they were getting, like, witness testimonies and stuff, they were probably hearing the police were probably hearing, like, rumors or gossip or something about Hannah possibly cheating on her husband, probably because they might have seen Eve with other guys, but she probably went in disguise with the wig.
Do you have children? Cute. You must love them very much.
Like, now we'll learn a little bit
Ages
about the
are they?
detective. He's got a wife and kids. I do remember in a clip they said the detective had cheated on his wife.
I wouldn't say that. It could be passionate. It's just, it was more than that. It wasn't just sex like it had been with the other boys.
She's talking about when she had sex with Simon. I can tell. Because I do remember a clip of her describing it.
Have I ever cheated on Simon? You asked that question yesterday.
You asked that question yesterday, probably because Hannah wrote it down in her diary because she was probably pissed off. Are you truly a detective if you don't cheat on your wife just a little bit? I still love your kids very much. It would be a shame if something happened to them. Yeah, right? It's like... Children.
Fairy tales. Stories about lost princesses, evil witches, magical mirrors and lost children. So you see, even before I knew the truth, I'd found it in those stories.
She was just like Rapunzel, locked away in her tower. And she thought she found her Prince Charming. Simon was supposed to be Prince Charming.
Simon was very moral about that sort of thing. He wouldn't just walk out there and sleep with anyone. He wasn't that kind of guy. He took his marriage very seriously.
Like, sounds like a nice guy. Too bad he's dead.
They were crazy. You hear about these crazy people all the time. I mean, why would anyone who knew Simon...
Yeah. Like, write that down. Like, we're almost there. 43 clips left. Oh shit, a nosebleed?
Is that camera recording?
Or maybe it was just the quality of the audio. Let me play again. I mean, it kind of looks like a nosebleed.
Is that camera recording?
Doesn't it?
If you put me on You've Been Framed, I want the money.
It's just her nostril? Yeah. It is old-timey quality video, so... Let's try nose. Nah, that didn't do anything. Face? Nope. Alright.
Well, I don't know. I probably had to pop out and get something. That's why I was speeding. And that wouldn't have been noted on my timesheet. But I really can't remember back to February.
Because I wasn't there in February, probably. You and your switcheroos.
remember the ticket, of course. I paid it without telling Simon. Didn't want to get told off. And they put points on the license.
Okay. Domo I revenge? Interesting way of spelling it. Have you cracked the case? We're very close. I think I know who did it. And why. Like, I believe it was Hannah in the kitchen with the butcher's knife.
Like I said, I
Yeah.
was stepping out to get something, ran out of something.
But we're
had to
not
grab
done with the clips
something.
yet, so we're getting
I
there.
sometimes drive too fast. If you want, you can arrest me for that.
Go highway to hell. I'm on the highway to hell.
Getting hung up over 6-month-old speeding tickets.
Quite giddy. Hannah Montana. Like, no. Let's see. Should I loop back to Simon? Let's see.
The legal stuff was completed very quickly. Hannah moved back in with Simon. Eric gave Simon the week off to help with the move. He decorated, modernised wallpaper curtains. Hannah insists the attic be left as it was, dollhouse and all.
You leave the attic where it is. That's where Eve lives. It's like Hannah's like, don't go up in the attic or I'm gonna fucking kill you. Probably.
There was a conference, something to do with double glazing. In Oxford?
So many little clips. These tiny little baby clips.
Are you sure? What would he be doing in Oxford if there was no conference? I
Oxford?
remember calling him. He said it was boring and he spent most of the time at the bar.
I should look up Oxford. Aw, nothing. Darn. Suspected for a while that saw something he wasn't supposed to, and that's why he had to die. Yeah! I could totally see that.
And the hotel said he was there?
It's like, what was he doing in Oxford?
Rehearsed? You ask me the same question, you'll get the same answer. Is that your evidence?
He probably did see both of them, and they're like, you must never know.
What happened then? It's all I've thought about. My husband is dead.
Well, regardless, now we're all the way looped back to July. July 3rd, where everything comes to the truth.
This is a nice of them. Is this where you take people when it's time to arrest them?
Like, yes, it is. Like, thankfully this game hasn't crashed in a while. I say as I'm about to probably jinx it.
Yes. I understand my rights. No, I don't need a lawyer.
I do not need a lawyer. I do not.
Yes. No lawyer. What are you going to arrest me for?
I'm gonna arrest me for murder.
Yes. I'll take a lie detector test.
Yeah, there's the lie detector test. We already got the really important question where she exposed herself. Yes, you always get a lawyer. That is an important tip.
I've never taken a lie detector test before. Does it really work?
Like, does it really work? You're about to find out.
Sorry. Yeah.
Like, the answer is no, they don't, but they
Yes.
psych her out into confessing.
Yes.
Just a 1-second clip of her going, yes.
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 No.
No.
Yes.
Yes. No. Yes. No.
Yes. No.
Yes.
No.
No. We don't even see what questions are being asked.
No.
It's just all yes and no's. It's like, at least show us what the questions are being asked.
I can take this stuff off now. Did I prove I'm innocent?
I don't think you did.
Well, she wasn't my real mother, but she raised me. Do you want to hear the story? It's a real life fairy tale.
Like we heard the story already. Florence, the midwife, stole Eve, raised her as her own, but kept her locked up. We know the whole fairy tale. Gonna see that in my dreams now. Yeah, good luck with that.
I wanted to see my reflection. I thought that if I touched her, something would happen. We would become one.
Please no. No becoming one.
girl.
Like, I want to become a real girl.
The witch was dead, and I'd be restored to my rightful place.
Life's not like them fairy tales.
Yes, it was a cremation for the best. We both wore black and had veils, so it was easy. And after the funeral, everyone came back to the house. Hannah served up sandwiches, and I stayed out of sight.
Easy. Like, she's probably referring to the funeral. How they were able to pull it off.
It lasted about 6 months. I tried to carry on, but everything was different. Hannah insisted I not pretend to be her around Simon.
Oh.
She didn't sleep with him.
Oh.
We didn't share him like the others.
Yeah, Hannah seemed to have gotten possessive.
Me living in the attic had become weird in a way it hadn't been before.
Yeah. It's like, when you're suddenly told, no, you can't do these things, you're like, wait a minute, something's wrong here. It's like, Sumi must send the fuck.
No. No, he wasn't wearing his wedding ring.
Like, ah.
Nothing else happened that night. We talked, then I said goodbye. Then next week I was singing in the bar again, and there he was. And again the next week, he offered to buy me a meal. I told him I had already eaten, and so we got chips and ate them on the beach instead. When we said goodbye, he asked me to kiss him.
Sumi ma fucking send you, bitch, yano.
Romantic.
Like, romantic. Yeah, it seems like, yeah, so Simon did cheat on Hannah with Eve. Because Eve was going out doing her own thing. She had the blonde wig, so she could just, you know, dress differently and maybe wear sunglasses or whatever you want to do. Disguise herself. And Domo Booze Watch, welcome. Like, we are getting to the climax of this mystery of these strange, fucked up twins who do very strange, fucked up things.
Yes. I thought about telling Hannah. I felt guilty after the kiss. But then it began to feel like this was the way it should be. Sharing. Like we had before.
Like, sharing is caring, not in this case.
There was the Simon with me and the Simon with her. It was almost like it was a different Simon.
That's what I'm wondering. Did Simon have a twin?
But
That's what I want to know. I think that's the biggest question of all.
after the kiss, the next time, he took me back to the house, to our parents' house, to their house. So, it was definitely him. I sometimes think he wanted to get caught to prove to himself that we were different people. He told me about his marriage, told me how his wife was
Yeah, I did exhaust all the twin results.
completely different to me. I almost burst out laughing.
Plus, it's like there's only 7 entries left. It's like we're better off just going straight to the end. The full
I think
confession.
It was that time, the first time at the house, in his bed, that I got pregnant. Amazing, right?
Yeah, it's like
Fucking magic sperm.
his fucking magic sperm. I know, right? It's like he only has to fuck you once to get you pregnant. That's amazing and terrible.
I didn't tell him. I was 3 periods. I had pretty irregular periods anyway, but 3. I had always thought we were infertile. Both of us. I didn't tell him. Just waited. Hannah and I were meeting for our birthday, and I told her because I thought she would be happy for us both.
Oh, shit. Well,
I think she was.
there's your motive. Yeah, he's got some Olympic swimmers out there. It's like, Eve was like fucking around trying to get pregnant so badly that she got an STD, but then she fucks Simon once and boom, pregnant. Bam! And the same thing happened with Hannah. But she miscarried. It seems like we never found out how she miscarried. Unless that car crash they mentioned had something to do with it. I don't know. Is this when she drowned Eve? I don't know. No. It's not. They said that happened when they were kids.
No. I told her it was one of my boyfriends, someone I had met in the bar. I think she was happy. But I could tell she was thinking, why couldn't it happen to her and Simon? They were the ones with the real life. Why not them?
Yeah, ain't that something? Ain't that something? It's like, why the chick with living in the base in the
She told
attic?
me she wanted to help more. She said I should move in with her. She would come clean with Simon about me. I was family. I couldn't have a baby in a bedsit. I told her I didn't want to tell Simon. Told her to wait for the time being.
See, yeah, that's their problem. You waited, and by waiting, you made it worse. All right, 4 clips to go. The grand finale.
It's like I told you before. I drove. I took the car and drove. I don't have my own car, but I have a spare set of keys. I just drove north. I wanted to think, put some space between me and them. Everything I told you before is true. I stopped at Glasgow. I was tired.
Yep, she was the one that stopped at Glasgow.
I pulled out and I hit a car. My car was okay, but I was worried about the baby, so I went to A&E to get the okay.
Yeah,
Everything was
to the
fine.
wall.
Slept in the car. When I woke, I tried to call Hannah from a payphone. She wasn't answering. And then I decided to drive back.
Yeah, so Eve's innocent. She was not there.
I had decided that she was more important to me than Simon.
Aw, that's kind of sweet, even though I don't think Hannah shared the same feelings as you.
Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes, pretended to be me. They talked. She'd enjoyed being me.
Yeah, it was Hannah who was the crazy one the whole time.
He wanted to be
Ironic.
with me. Then he took out a present. Another mirror.
There were 2 mirrors.
Just like the one he'd given her earlier. That unique present. She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her.
Oh.
So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
Well, shit. Yep, so Hannah killed Simon. Just as I suspected. Yep, and that's where the bruise came from. Now we have the whole story.
My sister is gone. And she's never coming back.
Oh. Where'd she go? You know, freaking you got girl called Bloody Delude. I think I'll check her video later. Do you know her? Yeah, I do have my videos scheduled, my VODs scheduled to upload in advance, so that's why.
Can you arrest someone who doesn't exist?
That is a good question. Alright, Alligator, I think you may have actually been right after all. But it is hard to say. Alright. Let me give him a call. Yes, I am done. Good, so you think you understand why your mother did what we did? We're Eve's daughter! We're Sarah! We've been playing as Sarah this entire time! Holy shit! Wow! What a twist! What a twist indeed! Yes. I'm glad, Sarah. I'll be waiting outside. Log off and we can meet over the road. Okay. Yes, quit. And that's it. The end. Sarah's logged off and crossed the road. Wow. You know, don't tell her I think your streams are very interesting, but let that be a secret. Alright, your secret's safe with me. So yeah, now we have the full story. So Simon unknowingly cheated on Hannah with Eve, even though they were the same person, technically. They were twins. Yeah, so summing it all up. Hannah and Eve were born twins. Florence, the midwife, stole Eve from the family, saying that Eve was dead. Eve was raised by Florence until one day the two girls found each other and started doing this whole Prince and Pauper switcheroo. I think your streams are way better than that Delube person. Thanks. Still counts as cheating if you didn't know. Well, that's the thing. Eve, it's like once they met Simon, Hannah was like, I don't want to do the whole switcheroo thing anymore. I want Simon to just be mine and only mine. So Eve would just go out to bars and put on a blonde wig and sing and basically be her own person. Then Simon met Eve as not Hannah, as a separate person, and was still romancing her and flirting with her and kissing her. So yeah, it is a case of dramatic irony. Yeah, and it's like they pulled this whole switcheroo, not even their parents knew. The parents died. It was all crazy. I'm sure if I look up the Wikipedia page, it'll just tell me everything. Yeah, it does say, if you're stuck, you could always try admin random or the unlock command. I already saw everything now. Yeah, so I'll close this game for realsies. Let me show here. I can get it to work. Yeah, here's the wiki page. Yeah, the interview tapes feature a woman who introduces herself as Hannah Smith, whose husband Simon has gone missing, is later found murdered. She admits that she and Simon argued, but had an alibi placing her in Glasgow when Simon disappeared. As more pieces of the interview are discovered, it's claiming that Hannah is actually two women, Hannah and Eve, identical twins, separated by birth by the midwife Florence. So far, so good. Florence, whose wife died during the war, desperately wanted to have kids, but did not believe in remarrying, so she faked the death of one of the twins to claim one for herself because she is fucking crazy. Florence deliberately kept Eve indoors as much as possible, and the twins were unaware of each other's existence until years later, on their 5th birthday. When Florence died, Eve secretly moved in with Hannah, at which point they decided to act as a single person, keeping a common diary and a set of rules defining their actions as Hannah. Hannah's parents were oblivious and assumed Eve was Hannah's imaginary friend. So yeah, again, everything checks out. Hannah eventually began dating Simon, whom she met at a glazier where they both worked, working with glass. Despite their rules to share equally, Hannah slept with Simon and became pregnant. She gradually became possessive of Simon and forbade Eve from interacting with him. Because of the pregnancy, Hannah and Simon were married and moved together, while Eve moved out of her own apartment and began wearing a wig. Again, everything checks out. Hannah miscarried in her 8th month and believed she was infertile afterwards. Sometime later, Simon encountered Eve in a bar she was singing at. Smitten by her resemblance, the two began an affair. That's the important part. Is that it's like he didn't know. He just noticed that he looked like the wife, and it's like this was at the point when they were starting to fight, and so he was like, "All right, I'll go out and go see this other girl. Oh, she looks just like my wife. Let me go romance her because it turns out he's a piece of shit." Eve became pregnant but never told Simon and hid the identity of the father from Hannah. On their birthday, after Simon gave Hannah a handmade mirror as a gift, Hannah revealed to him the existence of Eve and her pregnancy. From his reaction, Hannah realized that Simon was the father of Eve's child. After kicking Simon out of the house, she argued with Eve over the affair, causing the latter to leave the Glasgow. When Simon returned, Hannah pretended to be Eve by wearing the wig. Thinking she was Eve, Simon gave her a similarly made mirror and professed his desire to be with Eve rather than Hannah. Hannah became furious and revealed her identity. She later claims that as they fought, she shattered the mirror and inadvertently cut Simon's throat with a shard while trying to fend him off. When Eve returned, she found Hannah sitting next to Simon's lifeless body. Again, everything checks out. The two agreed that Eve's baby was the priority, so they hid Simon's body. Okay, this one we didn't really piece together. This one was kind of implied. There was like one clip where they mentioned something about a cellar, so this part's important. Yeah, as an alibi for the time of appearance. At the end of the review, Eve says that Hannah's gone and she's never coming back, but mockingly asks, "Can you arrest someone who doesn't exist?" She then requests a lawyer and says that her comments are just stories. It is not entirely clear if Eve's story of being an identical twin is true, an intentional fabrication meant to confuse the police, or a case of a dissociative identity disorder with pieces of evidence in game lending credence to each theory. As the player uncovers each of the story, a chat window appears asking if they are finished. Upon answering affirmatively, it's revealed that the player is Sarah, Eve's daughter. Chat asks Sarah if she understands her mother's actions and asks to meet her outside. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty much anything is possible. If you think she was crazy and just had a split personality born from fairy tales, maybe that's the case. Maybe she really did have a twin and probably murdered her later. And just hid that fact because, Eve was dead, so she's like, "Oh, I'm going to do one more switcheroo and I'm going to become Hannah permanently." It's hard to say. It's like it's one of those games where you could speculate about and come up with all kinds of theories. So, it did start off slow because it's like at first you're like, what you don't know what's going on, but once you start to piece things together, it is a very interesting story. I really enjoyed it. There is a similar FMV game that's like Eldritch horror based, so I might put that on my wish list in the future. I forget if it's by the same developers. I don't know. But yeah. I might change my schedule for Saturday. I might not do Musing Saturday. I might finish up that Yandere game on Saturday. That's what I've been thinking. Because I wasn't expecting me to not finish that Yandere game, and I want to finish it. Like, Musings I can literally play whenever. But yeah, thank you all so much for coming. Who should I send you guys to now? Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It's like, you guys were really helpful with, like, helping me come up with, like, keywords and everything. It's like, yes, you could just use blank the whole time and get everything in order, but part of the fun is getting it out of order, and in a way, it actually makes more sense to see the clips out of order. You know what I mean? It's weird like that. Let's see. How long have you been streaming? Quite a while. How long have you been streaming? Not super long. All right, we'll go with this person. Again, I don't want to go into someone that's gonna finish in like 5 minutes. At least I try. Yeah, of course. Always check the archives. It's always good to see you. It's like whether you were here in early or you came later, I still appreciate you all coming and watching and chatting. So yeah, thank you all so much for coming. Watch out for your twin. If you have an evil twin, do not trust them. And do not pull any switcheroos. Oh yeah, and do not fight over getting pregnant. That's not good either. Focus on healthy relationships full of honesty and love and trust. Good night.